My adult son and I were up in Muskoka visiting family at a cottage there. And in the morning, it was a Monday morning. It was the Monday of the long weekend in August. Um, I'm diabetic, and I have to take short acting and long acting insulin. I've never had a problem with that. So, so anyway, I took my 30 units of short acting insulin, and then I was to take 80 units of Tresiba, the long acting insulin. I have never, ever in like 40 years mixed them up, but I took 30 of the short acting, and then I took another 80 of the long acting. So in other words, 110 units of insulin. And I was absolutely frantic because I thought, I mean, this had never happened. I'd never been told what to do in a case like that. It just had never come up. So I thought what I have to do is to carb up, because if I've taken too much insulin, I better take carbs. So I did that. I took 2 juice boxes and 2 cinnamon rolls, and it worked out to 86 carbs. I also, during that time, phoned telehealth. Telehealth, I forgot exactly what they were saying, but more or less it was, your call is important to us, but we're too busy right now. So I phoned them back every 5 minutes and nothing happened. So I said to my son, you know what, we're going to have to go to the hospital. We were in Bala, and I knew it was going to be an hour away. So I said, we're going to have to go to the hospital. So we went to the hospital, and about 20 minutes on our way, telehealth did call me back, and they said, go to the hospital. And so that's what we did. So we went there, and I was actually crying uncontrollably because we had such a nice day planned, and it was my mistake that this all happened, and that I was having to go up to the hospital, and I didn't know how long I was going to be there. And so I went to the hospital, went to triage, and I've been to emergencies many, many times. I've never, ever had such fast service. When I told them what I had done, immediately somebody came coming down quickly with a wheelchair, put me in it, got me into a hospital bed in the ER section, and hooked me up to an IV. And the doctor came in. It was Dr. Bush, and Sarah was the nurse. And they were so pleasant and calm and professional. And they really, really tried to calm me down. And they said, you know, you did do the right thing. That was a good thing to do. And they were very happy. I actually wear a diabetic sensor. So we were able to test every 15 minutes to see, you know, how low the blood sugar was going. And they just made me feel so good about this and that. I mean, I was so mad at myself about it. And I don't really think they had come across this kind of thing before, but they did say that I had done the right thing by having lots of carbs. And as it turned out, we know it was the right thing because we were able to follow what my blood sugar was. But I just couldn't believe how human and professional these two people were. It was just, it was a very different experience. I'm sort of used to doctors running in and out, and they're only there for a matter of seconds, especially if a nurse is there with you, and Sarah was. So anyway, I just felt so well taken care of, and they knew exactly what to do. They said, because I had a sensor and I could test the results, they said, as soon as you get 3 lines that go across, so in other words, not going down, not going up, they said, then you can go home. And they were telling me just a little bit about their lives, you know. They really got me calmed down. So to the point that, I mean, I was smiling, and they were giving me a little bit more on carbs, you know, soda crackers and things like that. And it was a really good experience, except that I was mad at myself. But they could not have been nicer. And I just thought, you know, what a wonderful experience this was after all. Unfortunately, we were not allowed to go back to the cottage, which was a shame. But anyway, the hospital made up for it. They were just the kindest people and so professional. And I know that I got the right treatment there. And I just couldn't believe how fast it was. And that's my story.